What is up YouTube, it is PokeSimsEtc here, and I'm uploading another video again for Planet Poke, and I'm hoping it's going to be the start of a new series, maybe, who knows. It's going to be based mostly around, say, Pokemon pastas, and I'm sure we've all seen them on the forums and blogs and other places like that, and yeah, it could be based off memes and other things, basically internet paraphernalia. Anywho, today I'm going to be starting off with the origin of Pokemon, the genesis, if you will, and it's done in a scientific kind of manner, in a scientific way, and it's also done as real as possible. So this is a backstory as to how Pokemon would come to existence in the real world, and it's a great story. I don't know who the original author was. It's pretty hard to find out these days who did what or anything, but if you're watching this, just contact me and I'll give you credit, give you props. So yeah, let's continue on then, shall we? January 22nd, 2027. Dr. Haguri Sato and his team of scientists from Japan, America, Canada, and Britain begin work on an energy matter transference machine. February 11th, 2033. The machine is tested successfully for the first time after over 100 failed tests. Controversy over the destructive nature of the technology ignites. July 18th, 2033. A catastrophic incident with the energy matter transference machine destroys the city of Hiroshima. Devastation not seen since the atomic bombs were first dropped nearly 90 years prior. Japanese government officials moved to ban work on the technology, although Western powers urged them to allow it despite the massive mishap. April 22nd, 2035. First sighting of infected individuals. Most are animals, although some are humans that have shown to be susceptible to infection. These infections are seen running around the ruins of Hiroshima, which have not only been rebuilt, but they have been abandoned. May 13th, 2035. Northern Japan is completely cut off from its southern half as a nationwide quarantine is enacted. Anarchy soon spreads through the infected regions. 15% of humans exposed to the disease are immune and show no side effect whatsoever. However, 84.9% are affected fatally by the disease, which can cause cancerous growths and other diseases. 1% of those exposed are shown to successfully mutate without killing the host. The virus is found to be a spreadable corruption of biological and genetic material which causes rapid mutation in infected individuals. All large animal life above ground is soon infected in northern Japan. January 1st, 2040. 98% of all animals in Japan are wiped out completely. Its ecosystem ruined in its entirety by infected individuals. May 8th, 2048. The Japanese Defense Force engages with infected individuals to preserve an extremely fragile quarantine. Coordinated attacks by infected humans and animals alike are seen. It confirms everyone's fears that the infected are showing high levels of intelligence. 2 days later, May 10th, the Japanese Defense Force fails and the nation of Japan as we know it ceases to exist. October 13th, later that year, the United States carrier George W. Bush is attacked and sunken by an unknown force. This is later revealed to be a coordinated assault by the infected. The use of atomic weapons to destroy all life on Japan is considered, but eventually denied, for fears that the radioactive material in the weapons will only strengthen the infected. February 12th, 2052. Remaining inhabitants of Japan have appeared, by outward observers, to have begun adopting the infected into their religions. Part of these religions is a total weapons ban, and the banning of violence against infected. Surprisingly, this is quite effective at ceasing conflict with infected individuals, and almost a peace is seen. April 2nd, 2055. Unquarantined infected have seemed to have spread to North America. Military preparedness results in a far more contained infection than what happened in Japan. Even with this military preparedness, hundreds of thousands of the United States, Canadian, and Mexican citizens die. March 11th, 2061. The United States Army begins experimenting with the combatal prowess of infected animals who have shown to have a friendly connection to humans who treat them well, much like pets. Initial tests exceed expectations. Later that same year, China, Russia, Vietnam, and North Korea react by signing the Kamu Pact to ensure protection against the now utterly overpowered West. July 2nd, 2063. After much political debate, the Kamu Alliance declares war in the United States. The US military uses the infected to great effect. November 9th, 2066. The war ends. Communist states are dissolved. China, Russia, and now most of Asia are now under the jurisdiction of NATO. December 25th, 2072. The now divided regions that were once Japan begin to open up to the outside world again, mostly through scientific trade-off, as the infected and non-infected begin to learn from each other once again. February 1st, 2081. Japanese scientists sneak into a heavily infected Brazil. They recovered the DNA of what they believe to be one of the first individuals to have been infected. This confirms that infected individuals have spread throughout the globe and migrated. Beliefs are that the infected are actually the next phase in evolution. Finding one of the originals will better help this understanding, many scientists believe. Using the DNA of one of the first infected, there are many tried and failed cloning attempts before a final experiment is successful. Unfortunately, the result of this experiment is a creature capable of self-induced energy matter transference. It is responsible for the deaths of dozens of military and scientific personnel before escaping, never to be seen again. This is where our story ends, but also where it begins. May 22nd, 2081. Ash Ketchum turns 10 years old.